Good evening, Father Salim and dear colleagues in EduSkills family. I am Anita Taj. Today I am going to explain the task 1 question and answers. The task given is identify the hedging words in the question stem and answer option. And identify the elimination skills to be used for finding the correct answer. So here, question number 1. It is a reading part B type question. So in because there are question and three options. So the question is here in reading part B, as per Father Salim's strategy, we have learned that it is QAT method. First question, then answer, and then text. So we will read the question number 1. When seeking consent for a post-mortem examination, it is necessary to. The hedging words are consent, post-mortem, and necessary. So the answer option A is give a valid reason for conducting it. The keyword is valid reason. Option B, allow all relatives relatives the opportunity to decline it. The keyword is all relatives. Then option C, only raise the subject after death has occurred. So the keyword here is only. So when come to the text, we can see that I have highlighted the person consenting will need an explanation of the reason for the post-mortem examination and what it hopes to achieve. This gives the correct, it's a paraphrasing for option A. So option A says give a valid reason. That means the person consenting will need an explanation. It is a synonymal expression for and paraphrasing for option A. So it is a right answer. And from the question stem itself, we can understand it is necessary to. So it is it is must. So the person consenting will need. So that also matches the right answer. Then how I have eliminated option B and C. Option B is the strategy used is elimination of absolutes. One of the strategy we have learned from Father Salim's class. So elimination of absolutes where the meaning also should be an absolute. So here allow all relatives. So here all is an absolute because it is not possible to allow all relatives to give an opportunity to decline the postmortem consent. So next is only raise. So there only also is an absolute. So, and also it is opposite of what the text said. The text said before death has occurred, it should be planned, but here the option is it's opposite. So this is explanation for question number 1. Now when come to question number 2, it is also using QAT method because there are 3 options. It belong to part B. So here the guideline extract says that the nurse in charge. So here the type of the nature of the text is the guideline. So here the what the nurse in charge should do, must do. Okay. So when come to option A, must supervise the opening of the control drug cupboard. And here the keywords are must, opening of the cupboard. Then option B, should make sure that all ward cupboard keys are kept together. And should all are kept together. These are the keywords. Then come to option C, can delegate responsibility for the cupboard keys to another ward. So here when come to the text, we can see that At the conclusion sentence, it is mentioned that if necessary, means if needed, the nurse in charge should arrange for the keys to be held in a neighboring ward or department by the nurse in charge there. So from it is a paraphrasing of option C. Option C says can delegate responsibility for the cupboard keys to another ward. This shows that option A is wrong because option C says must supervise the opening. So it is not necessary to supervise the opening of the control cupboard key by the nurse in charge. It can delegate to another nurse. So option A is wrong. And option B says should make sure that all ward cupboard keys are kept together. Here the elimination strategy is absolute. It is also absolute. And it is it's the opposite of the text. What the text says, the text says the key should be kept separately, but the option B says kept together. So here the right option answer is can delegate responsibility for the cupboard keys to another ward. So that is the explanation for question number 2. Then when comes to question number 3, it is a question from part C of reading part. So in part C, the method used is question, text and answer, QTA method. So first we will read the question, then go to the text, then come back to the answer option. So the Cancer Council advises that, so here the key hedging word is Cancer Council. Whenever a name is there, we have to highlight that and we have to directly go to that name in the text. So let's go to the name in the text directly. So then see here, say Cancer Council says it's already, so from there we can continue reading. And it is mentioned that other than that, in the topic sentence it's already explained that what about the heart health benefits of alcohol? Well, the evidence is inconclusive. The topic sentence it says it clearly, it says that it is inconclusive. And when comes to the Cancer Council says, adding that the National Heart Foundation advises against drinking red wine, or no, these are all are subject complements. We can ignore that. Then also, so from the topic sentence, we can identify that the option C is the right answer. That is, it is inconclusive. And it is one is straight opposite. Option B and option C are straight opposite. That means the strategy used is two straight opposites and one of them will be the right answer. So therefore option B is wrong. It is not conclusive. As well as option A, there are many health benefits. It is wrong. As well as option D, there is a safe level of drinking 1 or 2 standard drinks a day when it comes to cancer. It is just opposite to what the text says. So the question number 3 has been explained. Now when it comes to question number 4, this is also a part C type of question. So there are 4 answer options. So we are using QTA method. So let's see the question. What does the psychologist Molly Grossman mean when she says that the evidence is a wash? So here we have to directly go to the according to the hedging words, according to the highlighted hedging words, the name Molly Grossman and and her opinion, she says that evidence is a wash. So this keyword evidence is a wash, that we have to directly come to the point in the text, that first come to the name of Molly Grossman and the sentence, the previous sentence of the highlighted keyword, that is her name, the Molly Grossman's name is the highlighted one here. So we can read the previous sentence, that is a topic sentence. Human animal interaction has been a subject of research for decades. even so the evidence is a wash. So from the topic sentence itself we are getting the answer here, that it is option B, that the evidence is weak. That means even so, it says, the topic sentence says, even there are, for decades there are researches are going on, even so still, that means it is weak, that the evidence is a wash. So it is a synonymal expression for option B. Also from the this of the paragraph we can understand that it also says has benefits for, for some people there are benefits, for others do not. That means it is not convincing according to option D. Option D is saying it is convincing, so it is wrong. And it doesn't say it is bad because it is good for some people, so option C also wrong. So we cannot say there are no benefits for everyone. The text says it is opposite for the text. The text says it is beneficial for some. So this is these are the explanations for all the four questions. I hope I have given an idea about how to explain the hedging words and the elimination strategies of day one task. Thank you.